Hey, welcome back to FTL Multiverse. So find a scrapper, and our quest for hacking has finally come to an end. But unfortunately, it does mean we have to sell both of these. We need 51 scrap, which means these are the only two. It's unfortunate, but we can't. Oh, I completely miscalculated that. It's okay. We need hacking. It's simple as that. So you guys drop... No, you don't... Wait, these guys didn't get extra health because these still have 110. Oh, these are probably mechanical crew. Yeah, that's probably it. Okay. Well, that means we have a little bit of... There we go. Now I have to do. Sorry, long-range scanners. Wish I could have kept them, but... Oh, we're here again. Yeah, we'll approach. Do they have a door system? They do. Well, let's try out the hacking. Of course, it's these two that start fighting each other. Well, this is becoming a problem real quick, isn't it? Oh, good. They can use that. That's just lovely. Now you're going to be taking damage, which means I can't keep you in shields. All right. It is what it is, right? Do we send you guys in to finish off? Yeah. You'll be taking damage, but... I wonder if taking up doors would end that. I don't know. Okay. Could have gone worse. Okay. Go by no name. Who? Yeah. Emergency manual. Okay. Are you any good at fighting? I think you are. Sabotage beats. Yeah, okay. How bizarre it all is. But hey, we're alive. So that's nice. Computers suddenly flooded with alerts from nearby Dynasty security platform. This is the static as your translator struggles to pick out something discernible from pure noise. The vast turn down spirits away from this place and take content and safety not to be found here. Lads, what are you doing? Soon they'll simply ignore you, but to your surprise, Phantom appears on the other side. Oh, have the maniacal hands of the lingering demon not yet snatched you away from this plane? Consider yourself lucky and take this chance to flee. You would be no coward to do such a thing. What monster? Sure, we'll help. No, that's the horrible demon. So is there anything special to you I need to be aware of? Ship has been destroyed, you can't help but feel like this was just plain sad. All the same, the ghosts are extremely grateful and offer a massive reward. Yeah, we can use stuff like that. Longer cloaking will be a good help to us too. Overclock your repair drone. Oh, this thing. Theocracy Badlands. That's not something you'd expect to hear. Rock outcasts, okay. On the very rim of Theocracy space, the so-called Badlands have become a densely populated center of the outcast societies. The place said to be both rich in both trade and culture, but mentions of heavy Theocracy resistance as well as an influx of SLG agents sent by the Crystalline Empire could prove dangerous. The center of it all is Turban, a rich city and one of the best established cities in all of outcast space, and the prime target for any potential Theocracy attacks. The usual inhabitants of the sector, the outcasts, are the least of your worries. Fortunately, SSLG has a little reason to get involved with you as well. So as long as the Theocracy can hold out long enough for you to get through safely, then the sector should prove to be a welcome rest for the chaos elsewhere in the galaxy, though your luck rarely seems to go that way. Very unlikely, but Theocracy would send a renegade to do their dirty work. But perhaps you have caught word of the Theocracy's plots. We dare not venture out of the sanctuary, so cannot be certain if the Inquisition fleet approaches. We know as much as you do. Perhaps the Federation vessel, they will think twice of serving us here, but this is only wishful thinking. Well, there's all of our shops, and there's Turban straight away. Oh boy. Alright. At least we can spend drone parts. This is cool looking. Before you is a grand spectacle. A giant sprawling city so tall it blocks out the sun. Massive bridges span artificial ravines, with walls lined with storefronts. Half of the city seems to resemble traditional rock architecture, but many connected segments are only half complete and are seemingly cobbled together out of scrap metal. Turban, one of the largest centers for trade, commerce, and culture in the modern galaxy. quite ironically from the former site of a Catholic church and Inquisition stronghold. Yeah, we'll visit. Fly through the city, taking in truly just how massive it is. Compared to all the much smaller outcast village you've seen, as newcomer and renegade you are welcomed warmly, and your time in the city is a pleasant one. You meet a humbler Aquarian fisherman who convinces you to try a sample of some exotic octopus, an exceptionally elderly orc chieftain who crafts dream catchers from his own twigs, and even share an awkward encounter with a very drunken ex-rebel who claims to be Admiral Vance's long-lost brother, who buys you 3 rounds of drinks before passing out. You also find a number of stores selling military supplies with an incredible variety of items to choose from. I wouldn't call this... Okay, we're gonna keep this thing because we can probably use the repairs from it. 5 to repair, good lord. Ooh, how the hell did they do this? As you begin to leave, you catch sight of a shooting star in the sky. Quite strange considering it's not nighttime. Then it dawns on you what this is. Just time for you to take cover as a missile barrage strikes one of the nearby towers and sends it crashing down. The attack is followed by a flurry of more missile strikes. Structure and coalition bombers begin to jump in. The city is under attack. Came here to save the Federation, but what good is it that if you abandon everyone else on your path in doing so? You help pull several civilians out from beneath collapsed debris. After a missile strike almost cost you your life, you realize if you stay on the surface any longer, you'll die. Fortunately, a strangely dressed rockman in warm priest clothes motions for you to follow him. Come with me quickly, we must get to the sewers. We'll be safe from the bombardment there. It's a good thing my ship's not a ship, so it can like bugger off on its own for a while. You trek through the sewers in silence with your crew, following the rockman and his lantern to the labyrinth beneath the streets. Eventually he breaks his silence. You are noble to stay and help these people. There are few who would. Come not much further now until you reach the sanctuary. True to his word, only a few turns later and you arrive at a crudely constructed door, which you slide out of the way. A repugnant smell assaults your senses. Who would... Oh yeah, Riley. It's always Riley, isn't it? Stifle the urge to gag and take a seat next to the sleeping outcast. People in the room pay you little attention, but your companion draws many nasty looks. Turns out you're a bad man, Argo. Bad omen. We were warned of your curse, and now look at where we are. We should never have given you asylum. Spits a young female mantis with a blood-soaked bandana over her left eye. Insult is met by murmurs of agreement by the rest of the room, who turn their backs to Argo. In defeat, he stumbles over to where you are. So, what the hell did you do? Argo sighs on his back, pulling a small canteen from his belt, taking a sip. Not long ago, I was in nothing but the highest grace of the theocracy. My father sat at the table of victors where, when the elders divided the Rock Crystal Empire and seized power, I was denied a place as an elder. He warned me that the elders would not be kind to our heritage unless we continued to prove our loyalty. I served as a Crystal priest for many years before I married my wife Irene. Together we had 2 children, a son and a daughter. We both knew that neither of their lives would be easy, but we tried as hard as possible to place them in positions of security. Our son was sent to the Inquisition to be trained as a crusader, while our daughter was promised a hand in marriage to Tord, the head elder. She was but a young child at the time, but what were we to do? The Rock people hated us, they saw us as exactly what we were. My daughter hated me too, and one day she simply vanished from her room in Tord's palace along with her brother. Tord was furious and he blamed me because he had no one else to blame. I was exiled from the theocracy and abandoned by my wife. We chose instead to pledge ourselves to Tord instead. With nowhere to go, I traveled to the Badlands where I found Turban. The outcasts who lived here hated me, but I was able to survive by proving my usefulness as a guide through the unexplored halls of the buildings. I had helped in the planning for the original construction of Turban, before it was abandoned, you see. As the outcasts had established full control, I was allowed to stay, but they began to call me the Cursed One. A homeless prophet who wandered the streets claimed that I would bring destruction to this place, and, well, here we are, I suppose. Argo falls silent, staring at the floor. He sheathes his canteen, and the room turns silent once again. There's a palpable feeling of unease in the room, but every attempt to break the tension goes nowhere. Through the silence, you can hear the distant thuds and feel the violent shaking as the bombardment of the city above continues without relent. At this rate, nothing will be left. Hours passed, and you're certain that the fleet is making progress from your location. Sometimes footsteps can be heard outside the room, but no one ever enters. We're gonna die. But it's gonna be for a good cause, right? Argo by some tune, some old rock folk song, but he's interrupted by an announcement for an old radio in the corner of the room. Attention, all those who remain, return to the surface at once and surrender yourself. Those who have taken refuge in the sewers or ravines will be quickly snuffed out. Remotely check your ship's radar and see a concerningly large new blip appear. Seems Hyperspace has deployed a cruiser vessel of some kind. The hell with it, right? It seems despite the silence, the room has anonymously decided to stand together. Theocracy search parties draw near. The door to the room is violently torn from its unstable hinges, and you soon find yourself face on the floor with a gun to your head. Barely any sort of fight is put up as the Theocracy outnumbers your crew by almost another 10 soldiers. You're drawn out to the surface where you find the city is now little more than rubble. The Theocracy team transporting the group splits you and your crew off from the others, handing you over to the coalition troops by the side. During the transfer, however, Argo breaks free from his restraints and takes down one of the Crusaders. In the panic, your crew escape and make it back to your ship, while survivors draw arms and battle against Theocracy ground troops. You trust them to hold their own this time, but they won't stand a chance unless you take down that cruiser. Not like you have a choice, it's already locked on to your vessel and is approaching fast. Here we go again. No, 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 no. Ah, nuts. Are you hit? You're not hit. Okay. Well, my own crew member is taking down our entire ship, so that's nice. What level of mind control is this? Always a level 1 system, isn't it? Shame. Oh, he's still at full health. I think we're going in. Did it really just... No, he didn't. Okay. Need to wait for my divider to start working. If we get enough breaches in there, along with a hit on the oxygen. Sending you in as well. I think you guys can come back. Should be at full health. Cool. Collision crews have been defeated. There's little reason to worry about the wreckage hitting anything. Turban's already at its worst. Hey, the crew survived. It seems that Theocracy's mission is complete, even if some survived. Most of the ships have jumped away invisibly. The survivors managed to scrape through the firefight. Among them is Argo, carrying a bloodied staff typically carried by priests such as he used to be. I am in no way qualified to speak in such matters, but I think it goes without saying we people of Turban thank you. The outcasts never expect the Federation to aid us in such a way. Assuming it has survived the bombardment, you should find a rock cruiser on landing pads outside of the city. It belongs to me, but I want you to have it. I must stay here and help prepare the city. Turban will stand once again, I am certain of it. Well, we'll see, I guess. There's no reason to put in your own doors, is there? Doors and sensors are automat, so... no point in working that angle. Okay, so that went pretty well, actually. That was a neat event, wasn't it? I think so. Strange yellow-colored crystal vessels fly nearby. Clearly origin of distress call. Despite this, ship is very well protected and in seemingly no duress. Hi, what's going on? Our screen appears a lavishly dressed crystal painted gold sitting aboard a jagged command chair chiseled out of citrine. So someone finally responded. You foreigners are quite, never mind. Salutations, I am Sir Ruin. Oh, Ruin, cool. Argo, standing foreign ambassador of the Great Crystalline Empire. I've been sent here by Her Majesty Empress Quite a mouthful of her name, yes. I'm a steady foreigner, just love to share your names with all that you meet. Strange, oh, but please take no offense. No, that's fine. Wonderful, I wish you could just call me Ruin. That is my name, after all. You foreigners do call each other by your first names, right? I get so confusing with all these misters and misses and doctors and whatnot. Yeah. Ruin glances at his forearm where an ornate digital watch sits upon his wrist and projects the time into the air. Yeah, sorry. Crypt knows I've gotten carried away with my ramblings again. Where was I? Oh, yes. Been sent here by Empress Dinesh on an important diplomatic mission to recover a sacred object. Very boring political stuff, you wouldn't care much about it. But what you might care about is a job offer. I am in need of an escort, and as you can see, my ship is poorly armed. I require a ship that is, to put it, ready to put the fecal matter back up the rectums of those who stand its path. I think that's how you foreigners say it. Yep, definitely. Good, because I do like saying that one. We'll use it more often. Anyways, you look like an expert fecal matter putter-upper. With a small down payment and now a larger reward upon arrival, I request you deliver me and my crew to an arranged meeting with the lost son of Admiral. As long as it's not too much of a burden for you, that is. Sure. Truly wonderful. You foreigners are so kind. I wish my people acted in such manners, but we keep to ourselves so often I think many of us have forgotten what generosity even means. That aside the matter, I've sent the correlations to clear the path and we'll be right behind you. Try not to commit too many war crimes in our presence, but no, really, please don't commit any war crimes. Can't promise you anything. Seriously, I can't. Group of theocracy vessels have gathered together near the beacon. They're concerningly well armed and protected, but they barely pay any attention to your presence. What's going on, lads? Rather annoyed Rockman response, seeming not at all grateful for your quick response to your distress call. We were tasked with transporting military supplies to a theocracy outpost at the end of the sector, but SSLG squadron raided our convoy. If you can assist us in recovering it, we will give you leftover supplies. Yeah, sure. I briefly thought it was going to be here. I'm like, what the hell? But no, we're good. How do I get level 3 cloak? Empty beacons. Rock Captain rubs the green moss like a pen on his chin and orders his crew to open fire. And they have teleporters, because everyone has teleporters. Teleporters, teleporters, teleporters. I don't think we need more rockmen on board our ship. Considering we're going to something I haven't seen yet, I kind of want to keep my... Oh my god. Didn't I just finish saying I didn't want any more rockmen aboard my ship? I think I was pretty clear in that. Pretty darn clear in that. Alrighty then. Are we good against fires? Kinda? Alright, Ruin. What is it? You've arrived at the destination we provided you with. Moments later, the crystal arrives. Jubilant as ever, we meet again. You have my thanks, Captain. As promised, you reward. And if you don't mind, I'm sorry to my meeting, Ep.80 Tukala. Or I'm sorry, that's goodbye in my native language. Apologies. Let's just have a gander. You watch as Rune approaches a strangely colored rock vessel. Seems to be a paladin, a very rare and dangerous segment of the Inquisition, usually tasked with protecting important clergy members. Based on the conversation you're eavesdropping in on, Rune seems equally confused. Pardon me, I was expecting Admiral Ariadne's envoy to be here. I don't believe I had any business with the theocracy today. Fully armored Rockman barely moves as he speaks to Rune. His voice bitter. The traitors whom you were sent to negotiate with have been apprehended by the theocracy. Lost sons are criminals, and it reflects poorly on your empire when you came into theocracy territory and began to make talks of peace with enemies of the elders. There shall be harsh consequences for these actions. Rune gulps nervously and shifts uncomfortably in his crystalline chair. Surely you're joking. Yes, lost sons are your enemies, but it was not as though the Empire was looking to draw arms against the elders. We merely wish to settle this ongoing feud between the SSLG and lost son forces for occupancies of the Badlands. That is all. No need for hostility. Rockman squints his gaze focused firmly on Ruin. Do not lie to me. We have already interrogated the criminals for the reason of your meeting. You wish to assist them in their attack on Numa 5. You return to gain access to the Waystone device that you wish to rob from us. These are acts of war. Theocracy might be involved in many other conflicts at this moment, but do not think we will take kindly to such insults. Suddenly weapons spring from the hull of the rock ship. They are going to attack Ruin. No, they won't. Surprise, mother effers. But how this concludes will have to be seen on the next episode. Ain't I a stinker? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. See you guys on the next episode. Bye, everyone.